Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock here on your Monday morning. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. It is the 15th of May. This year is flying by.
This month is flying by.
Yes.
I hope everyone had a lovely Mother's Day, Guy. I know the sun came out and it put a smile on my family's face for sure.
And it put a smile on my face too yesterday. It was nice to see some sunshine. It was beautiful yesterday evening and afternoon, that is. This is right now, time now 6:01, sun up, but you got some fog this morning, and look how thick that fog is. You can see that low-lying fog just congregating right over those humid and cool places and vegetation and metal this morning. You're going to see a lot of fog in and around spots. 48 right now. You have mostly sunny skies as the fog starts to lift. You'll see temperatures right around 59 by 9 a.m., 66 by 11, and that's when we'll see mostly sunny skies through the day. 77, sunny and mild. I'll let you know when rain starts to move in on the 7-day forecast coming up.
Here's that fog that Guy is talking about. So this is near Egan's. This is 77 southbound at the Minnesota River, and you can barely see the roadway. So be aware, we are seeing quite a bit of fog out there, as Guy mentioned. Now this is in Hudson 94 heading west at Highway 95. Same story, quite a bit of fog out there this morning. So just be aware. I'll keep tracking it, keep tabs on things as the morning progresses.
All right, Megan, thank you. 6:02, and now to our top story here at 6 a.m. Massive flooding taking over parts of southern Minnesota right now.
This morning, sections of several highways are closed off. So take a look at this video. This is from Sky 11 near Henderson, which is about an hour south of the Twin Cities. The flooding's so bad here, some people are out of their homes this morning. Cece is there right now with an up-close look at the high water and the impact it's now having on neighbors. Hey, Cece.
Hey, good morning. So we've had quite the journey over the past hour. So we finally made it into Henderson. We know that Highway 19 and then also Highway 93 are closed off to traffic portions of that. So we had to take County Road 1, County Road 5, County Road 6, and then a scenic route just to get into Henderson. But we want to show you why we had to do all that. It's because the water here at the Minnesota River, it's already rising, and you can see it's pretty high already, almost to the road. That's how it is on the highway. That's why they're closing them off. So we have road closed signs here. If you drive on Highway 19, there are definitely a lot of flashing lights and road closed signs there to tell you to take an alternate route. And we just mentioned some of those routes you can take. Right now, we're at the opening to Highway 93. So this is also closed here. They did a lot of work to make sure people don't go on these roads. But these officials say that these roads could be closed for the next couple of days until the water recedes back. So they're going to continue to monitor the flooded highways and will open as soon as it's safe to do so. And crews may have to make some necessary repairs if roads were damaged because of the flooding. But just so you know, it is illegal to travel in areas where roads are closed. You could get fined, and if you do end up having to get rescued because you did decide to drive because you thought it wasn't that deep, you could also get fined as well. So just make sure you are taking those alternate routes. But floodwaters aren't only causing problems here in Henderson, they're also causing problems just south of here, maybe an hour and a half away. Coming up in about 30 minutes, we're gonna take you to Comfrey and show you how flooding is really impacting roads there and also impacting farmers. We're gonna hear how from farmers and how their crops are being impacted by the rain this weekend. But for now, we'll send things back over to you guys.
All right, Cece Gaines taking quite the journey this morning to bring us those live pictures. We appreciate your reporting. Thank you.
And take a look at this. All of that rain caused a mudslide just northwest of Mankato. This was the scene over the weekend. Highway 68 is back open this morning after crews cleaned up debris that ended up in the roadway. Crazy images though there, Guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see the rain totals from May 12th through the 14th in southern Minnesota, where areas picked up over 4 inches of rain, and then some areas in southern Minnesota on the smaller end, like St. James, just under 4 inches. But you had Springfield there picked up just over 3.5 inches of rain. But look at all of these amounts from Butterfield, New Ulm, Sleepy Eye, of course, Comfrey as well. And actually, I was getting some viewer photos from Comfrey, Minnesota as well. So you can see this perspective here. Just at around 4 inches and 3/4 in Butterfield, so almost pushing 5 in some isolated pockets in southern Minnesota. Jason?
All right, Guy, thank you. And it wasn't just us dealing with crazy weather. This morning, cleanup crews are back at work on Texas's Gulf Coast after an EF1 tornado touched down Saturday morning. This is some of the damage that you're seeing here. Officials say 11 people were hurt in the storm and at least 3 dozen are still in shelters because of storm damage to their homes.
We're getting a live picture from the state capitol right now as lawmakers are getting ready to head back to work in just a couple of hours. It's the final week of the legislative session, and there are a few big ticket items that they still need to vote on. So in just a few hours, the House will vote on the public safety omnibus bill, which includes gun safety reforms like universal background checks. And some other items still on the table: paid family and medical leave, and the adult use cannabis bills. Both need to get through final votes both in the House and Senate. Lawmakers also need to finish up several budget bills to fund things like schools, human services, and the state government. 3 bills, though, have been signed already into law this session. One protects people seeking or providing abortions. The trans refuge law also passed. That one protects people seeking or providing gender-affirming health care. And a third bill bans mental health professionals from practicing conversion therapy and any deceptive advertising of it.
In a few hours, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York is releasing its quarterly report on household debt and credit. Analysts anticipate credit card balances will pass $1 trillion for the first time in history. This all comes as talks about raising the U.S. spending ceiling are in a stalemate. President Biden and top congressional leaders are expected to meet this week to talk about it. According to a Moody's Analytics, a prolonged debt limit could cut thousands of jobs across the country. And some economists are warning a recession is likely later this year.
The chaos you're watching right now is what happened at a DFL political convention Saturday night for the Minneapolis Ward 10 council seat. And this morning, we're learning more about how that conflict started. According to Chairman Ken Martin, it was instigated by supporters of City Council candidate Nasri Warsame. It happened just before Warsame and City Council member Aisha Chugtai were set to give speeches. And just as Chugtai was about to step onto stage, witnesses tell us that Warsame's campaign started jeering and rushed towards the stage.
From my perspective, I don't know what instigated it, other than the idea that based on what had happened in the morning, they thought they were losing and basically didn't like how the convention was going.
Chairman Martin reiterated that harassment and violence are unacceptable and went on to apologize to Chugtai and her supporters for how they were treated. Martin says he's calling an emergency meeting on Thursday to propose a bylaw to ban those who engage in violent assaults from the DFL party.
This morning, more than 500 Allina Health workers are no longer going on strike. After more than a year of negotiations, the union announced on Twitter a few days ago that they've reached a tentative agreement with Allina Health. SEIU Healthcare, Minnesota, and Iowa withdrew the 7-day strike notice, which would have started today. Now, the details of the agreement aren't clear yet. The union's demands did involve higher wages and more PTO.
Well, this week is National Police Week, and right now law enforcement agencies are honoring those who have died in the line of duty. In St. Paul, police officers, sheriff's deputies, and state troopers standing guard at the Minnesota Peace Officers Memorial at the state capitol. They've been out there all night ahead of tonight's Peace Officer Memorial event at 7. And just the last month, 4 law enforcement officers died in the line of duty in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Hennepin County Sheriff DeWanna Witt posted on social media, "We will hold the memory of their selflessness and commitment to service at the forefront of our minds and hearts this week."
All right, 6:09 on the clock, and right now the sun is rising over Minneapolis. Beautiful live shot here. And this week we're going to see some spring-like weather. But guys, so far this morning we've been dealing with a little bit of fog out there.
And for sure. So if you're getting ready to head out this morning, you're going to hit some pockets of fog. So heads up there, but the fog won't last all day. We'll see more of that sunshine and clear skies. The fog will lift. Today's going to be sunny and bright, vibrant, beautiful. Temperatures will be well above average too, in the mid to upper 70s. So your morning commute, again, some fog possible. Look by a little bit later this morning by 9 a.m. We're already pushing 60 degrees with sunshine by 9. Most areas should already have got rid of some of that fog out there that's starting to develop in and around the metro, and we're starting to see visibility fall at about a quarter of a mile or less. Yesterday was nice, hit 66, and also we had a lot of room for some sunshine to develop throughout the afternoon hours. So yesterday was nice. Look at also the precip from yesterday. Yesterday morning was wet, right? Even here in the Twin Cities, and Saturday night into Sunday morning. These totals you see here are from midnight Sunday, of course, and then you can see in southern Minnesota picked up the most rain there, especially right over Rochester, Minnesota, and again places in southern Minnesota. That's where things were just so soggy and wet the past several days. Look at this shot right here. I have to post this onto my social media. I love this. You can see the fog right over the golf course here in Golden Valley. All that vegetation and that saturated air. You can see the fog, that low-lying clouds there in downtown Minneapolis here in the background. I could look at that all morning. All right, so after some morning fog, you got that right. Looks like I nailed that part of the forecast. You'll see some sunshine developing later on today. It's going to be a lovely day. Temperatures right now in the upper 40s.